Apple TV today and realized something felt completely empty. You are not alone. Something major just happened. Apple just dropped the brand new tvOS beta update, and they have officially executed a digital death sentence, deleting some of the most iconic foundational apps in the history of the Apple TV. They are gone, vaporized. With the release of this newest tvOS beta, Apple did the unthinkable. They officially deleted the standalone iTunes Movies and iTunes TV Shows apps from the Apple TV operating system. If you boot up a device running this new software, those iconic icons are nowhere to be found. Apple's official statement claims they want to reduce app clutter and create a unified, centralized entertainment hub under the single Apple TV app. But the reality is that when you open the unified Apple TV app now, you aren't just looking at your own purchased movies. You are hit with a wall of advertisements, banners for Apple TV Plus shows, algorithmically generated recommendations, and constant nudges to rent or buy more. The clean, dedicated space where you could just look at your own library without being sold something every 2 seconds is officially dead. The immediate reaction from the community has been a mix of pure shock and absolute outrage. Longtime Apple loyalists are feeling completely betrayed. Users are actively pointing out that minimizing the ability to see the content people actually paid for makes the user experience significantly worse. It feels like Apple is hiding private purchases behind a tiny, microscopic button just to force everyone to look at their subscription streaming service. This brings up a massive, burning question. What happens to the money? What happens to the hundreds of movies and entire seasons of TV shows that people spent their hard-earned money on over the last 10 or 15 years? Apple assures everyone that your purchases aren't technically gone, and that if you navigate deep into the menus of the unified Apple TV app to find the Library tab, your own movies will still play. But users are already reporting glitches. People are claiming that certain titles they bought years ago are suddenly missing from their active library or aren't displaying correctly. Then there is the nightmare of the digital wish list. For over a decade, millions of users have used the iTunes apps to build massive wish lists of movies they wanted to watch or buy on sale. With the deletion of these iconic apps, those wish lists have been completely wiped out. Apple sent out a wave of emails telling users they need to migrate their items manually, but the implementation is a complete disaster. Users with extensive lists are finding out they have to individually click on every single link in an email to move their movies over one by one. It raises a massive, deeply uncomfortable question about the reality of digital ownership. We don't actually own anything anymore. We're just paying for temporary access, and tech giants can change the rules of the game whenever they want. The deletion of iTunes is only the tip of the iceberg. This new tvOS update is also fundamentally altering core hardware performance. Inside the audio settings of this new update, Apple has made a massive, sweeping change. For years, the holy grail of home audio has been Dolby Atmos. In previous versions of tvOS, you had a dedicated toggle for Dolby Atmos. In this new update, Apple has officially removed the standalone Dolby Atmos option from the settings menu and replaced it with a generic term called Spatial Audio. Alongside this change, Apple added options to manually convert audio to Dolby Digital 5.1, force a stereo-only output, or leave it on auto mode. They also introduced a brand new feature called Continuous Audio Connection for HDMI output. Why do they do this? Because behind the scenes, Apple has been dealing with a massive crisis where users with high-end external sound systems, especially those running premium Sonos setups or advanced AV receivers, have been plagued by random audio dropouts. This new continuous audio connection feature is Apple's attempt to fix those intermittent dropouts by forcing a constant, unbroken stream of data through the HDMI cable. But early testers are reporting mixed results, noting strange syncing issues where the audio doesn't perfectly match the lips of the actors on screen. The chaos doesn't stop with audio. Ever since this beta rolled out, users across the country are reporting bizarre buffering loops on heavy-hitting platforms like Netflix and Disney+. You click on a 4K HDR movie, and instead of playing instantly, you are greeted with a spinning wheel of death. The community is trying to figure out if the new background architecture of the OS is fundamentally breaking how third-party apps cache video content. Why is Apple doing this? Why are they willing to alienate their most loyal users, break audio configurations, and kill off legendary apps? To find the answer, you have to look at their master plan. This is scaffolding for a massive revolution involving Apple Intelligence. Apple is preparing to deeply integrate their advanced artificial intelligence models directly into the core of the Apple TV operating system. But to make an AI assistant truly useful on a television, the AI needs to be able to search everything instantly. It can't do that effectively if your media is fractured across different legacy applications. By killing off the iTunes apps and forcing every single piece of metadata, purchase history, and rental data into one single database inside the Apple TV app, Apple is creating a clean environment for their AI to take control. They're already testing the early stages of this with a brand new discovery tool called Genius Browse. Genius Browse is designed to act like a deeply intuitive, hyper-intelligent entertainment concierge. You will be able to talk to your remote in natural, complex language, asking for specific genres, eras, and vibes, and the AI will instantly scan the entire unified database to pull the exact movie. But to get this futuristic AI experience, we have to completely surrender the classic, stable, user-controlled interface we've loved for a decade. The leaks get even wilder. Internal code hidden deep inside the tvOS update suggests that Apple is looking to bring the full Apple TV interface directly into the next generation of CarPlay. As electric vehicles continue to advance, the dashboard of your car is turning into a massive, high-definition screen, and Apple wants to dominate that real estate. To make an operating system light enough and versatile enough to run on both a smart TV box and a vehicle's dashboard computer, they have to trim the fat, eliminate legacy branding, and streamline the entire experience. The iconic iTunes apps were simply casualties of war in Apple's grand design to conquer every single screen in your life. This leaves the average consumer in a very difficult position. If you are currently running a stable version of tvOS on your Apple TV 4K, the best advice right now is simple: do not update. Turn off automatic updates in your settings immediately to protect your interface and audio configurations. If you have an extensive iTunes wish list, look up your recent emails from Apple, find the migration links, and back up your data before the standalone servers are permanently shut down. We are watching a fundamental shift in the tech landscape right before our eyes. The era of digital ownership, dedicated single-purpose apps, and clean user interfaces is rapidly drawing to a close. We are moving into a future completely dominated by unified hubs, aggressive subscription pushes, tracking algorithms, and artificial intelligence integration. Apple's latest move is proof that no matter how much you paid for your device and your digital collection, you are ultimately just a guest in their ecosystem. Keep your devices secure, monitor your libraries closely, and stay vigilant. Apple has released the first developer beta of tvOS 26.6 for Apple TV users. The update arrives alongside new beta builds for iOS 26.6, iPadOS 26.6, macOS Tahoe 26.6, watchOS 26.6, visionOS 26.6, and HomePod 26.6 as Apple prepares for WWDC 2026 next month. This new beta wave comes less than 2 weeks before Apple officially unveils tvOS 27 and its other next-generation software updates during the WWDC keynote on June 8th. Right now, Apple has not shared any official release notes highlighting new features or visible changes in tvOS 26.6 Beta 1. The update appears to focus on early testing and stability improvements ahead of the next major tvOS release. So far, no major new features or interface changes have been discovered in tvOS 26.6 Developer Beta 1. Apple is likely using this release to continue testing performance improvements and bug fixes before tvOS 27 arrives at WWDC. We are currently testing the update, and we'll report back if any hidden features, visual tweaks, or system changes are found in the beta. Apple introduced the liquid glass design language with tvOS 26 last year, bringing a more translucent and dynamic interface to Apple TV. The public beta of Apple's tvOS 26 has arrived, bringing a whole new look and feel to the Apple TV 4K. It's a new, subtle but modernized experience based on the liquid glass design concept, which makes on-screen menu elements less obstructive. There's also a new karaoke feature called Apple Sing, which lets you use your iPhone as a microphone in conjunction with Apple Music, as well as support for non-Apple AirPlay-capable speakers, A huge win for users who don't want to rely solely on their Apple HomePod 2. Although tvOS 26 officially launches in September, now's your chance to try out all the major upgrades for yourself months in advance. Read on to see how to get it. Liquid Glass and Apple Music Sing are just a few of the new additions that immediately enhance the Apple TV experience. That said, beta software is often buggy. You're right to be wary before downloading a public beta, but Apple's public betas are typically safe. Remember, you can always wait until September for the official release of tvOS 26. To get the new software, you'll need to be enrolled in Apple's beta program, located at beta.apple.com. You'll have to sign up using the Apple ID that's associated with your device, and once you're enrolled, you should have access to the beta. Note that tvOS 26 is only supported on the Apple TV HD and Apple TV 4K, and the new Liquid Glass redesign will only be supported on second-gen Apple TV 4K models.